TV here with Ability TV. Listen, people, first thing we'll have Stan talk about, see that crate over there? He carries a crate with him almost everywhere he goes. Why? For one, he carries quite a few dogs. Two, he don't want the dogs tearing the stuff up. But three, Rocco has literally chewed the steering wheel up at one time just because we was outside playing. That being said, tell them about situational development, training, and in some degree the importance of having a crate, especially if you want to train your dog properly.
All right, so when anybody gets pregnant, the first thing they do is they baby-proof their house. But they do not do the same thing when it comes to a dog. They let the dog have free reign, they can chew on whatever they want. So the crate is gonna be something that can secure the dog. Like Trevor said, I had a time where I left Rocco out in the car and I didn't even know he could hear what was going on, and I come back and my steering wheel is in little pieces and pieces. So whenever we are doing any work, I make sure that the dogs are in those crates and they are escape-proof. Oakley can get out of every wire crate. I've seen her do it, I've seen it happen. With this crate here, she was actually in heat, and my two male dogs, they could not even break inside that crate. So it's good to have crates for dogs because I think all dogs should have a calm area where they can chill, be cool, be comfortable wherever they go. And when we go new places, if she does get a little insecure or anything like that, I do got that crate so she can kind of have her safety zone.
So Oakley is a premier dog. A premier dog is a dog that you can showcase and highlight basically the things that you'd want your dog to be able to do. So I had it, plus she drinks quite a bit of water, as you know. I had him bring her out first because we're going to kind of progressively show some of this stuff through training. Now again, situations that I create, especially when I'm building my bond with my dog, I put him in the crate, we work. Put him in the crate, we work. Put him in the crate, we work. They go out and run 2 or 3 miles, bro. I'm not coming my back and putting my dog outside, let alone drinking them water after, 2 or 3 miles of running. They need to go and calm down, because if you don't, you get increased risk of bloat, especially if you have a deep barrel-chested dog, like a Doberman, for instance, Boerboel, any type of Mastiff, Great Danes. They can get bloat. Bloat costs about $5,000 to fix, and that's if you catch it in time. If you don't catch it in time, I know what's happening. The dog's stomach turns into a knot, basically, and drowns itself or suffocates itself, one or the other. Go look into it. That being said, Oakley's going to do a few things. Stan's going to, again, go step by step in some regard and show you why each one of these things is important. So your job today is to find a way to communicate to people why sit is important, why down is important, why stay is important. The top 3 things. Oh, and even more importantly, the number 1 thing is recall. It's like cardinal sin. There's like all these 7 sins. The cardinal one, pride. That's the one that'll get you.
So the 3 most important things, like he's saying, I would think is a good down, or is a good recall, a good down, and being able to communicate with your dog. So all of these things are going to become practical, because again, if your dog gets out, you want to be able to communicate with them. Sometimes you don't need them to return all the way back to you. Sometimes you might just need them to lay down. If they are on the other side of the street and they're thinking about coming back, you don't want to recall them. You want to be able to tell her down, say, whatever it's going to be, and that dog stays in that position. So if she's over there, you can hit it over there. Oakley, down. Free. So if I needed her to be in a controlled position over there while this car passed, I can tell her exactly what I want her to do, and the importance of making sure that your dog understands what they're supposed to do whenever they hear those commands without having to repeat it, without having to have a treat or a lure or anything like that, is, again, it's going to keep your dog safe. So whenever you are working with your dog, make sure they're doing what you want them to do, when you want them to, and how it is. But you have to show them, you have to test them, and then you have to train it. So you want to make sure you make the dog successful so many times so they're not even hesitating whenever they hear those commands.
So tell them the importance about practicing good reps and what that looks like too.
Cool. So when you're practicing with the dog, you don't want to allow them to do it slow. You don't want them allow them to mess up, because if they know that they can mess up or do it this way over here, they will take that opportunity to mess up. And you don't want them to mess up in that oh shit situation when you need that dog to respond.
Explain that, because you're not being clear. Messing up means what exactly?
So messing up means not doing what they're asked. So in an instance, so if I'm asking her to down and she does it, we're gonna reward it. Good. But if she was to sit or she was to spin around or do something else instead of the down command, and I rewarded that behavior, you're gonna lose value in your down command because it doesn't have any emphasis. So when we are working, I want to make sure she's paying attention. Good. And she's quick. Down. Good. Sit. That's not a sit. Good. Down. Free. So she starts learning that the only way that she does these down commands is that boom, and that's how she gets the reward. So if she was not to do it exactly how we would like, we would tell her nope, 9, she doesn't get whatever reward it's gonna be, and we would do it so she is successful and does it the right way. Come here. Out. You ready? Down. Good. So the recall is going to be another one. I like to use the whistle because it doesn't change. When you do get upset, when you're emotional, whatever, your voice is going to change. And technically that's a different command of the dog because they are very tone eccentric. So we want to make sure that she knows exactly what she's supposed to do with the whistle. So we'll get her away. And we're going to lure her into that position. And when she's there, you reward that behavior. So the dog starts understanding exactly what's expected whenever she hears these things. And we want to do it where we can control the outcome. You don't want to train your dog necessarily with a lot of stuff going on, because if she learns that she can ignore you sometimes, that sometime is going to be in the worst possible opportunity.
So start training your dog basically in an isolated area in a sense. More quiet, more less distracted. Then work up to that, right?
Yes, sir. I would start in the house where, you know, you got a room where the other dogs are not, in the living room, kitchen, whatever, they're paying attention. And then I would move outside in the backyard where you can control what's going on, and then move to the front yard where somebody may be walking a dog. There's going to be a car that goes by. Somebody may honk a horn, whatever it's going to be. But you want to be able to control what is going on so you can make that dog successful.
And listen, people, I know control can get... It can sound derogative even. Somebody, I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to control my dog. You ever met a proud parent? And you know what it's like when people are like, man, look at my kid. Or you know somebody said, man, your kid's got the best manners. A dog deserves the same respect, don't you? You feel good graduating. There's these moments in time that mean something and matter and make us appreciate the work that goes into it. Your dog needs the same respect. Respect means it needs the same attention. If you put any attention into your child or yourself getting up and going to work every day, every dog was created for some purpose. And any shepherd, any working dog, any companion dog, that purpose in alone needs to be fulfilled every day. It's like you go to work every day. I used to do T-Fit Heavy. The kids, parents used to say, do the kids need to work out for 8 hours? I said, don't you go to work? And then when they go to Holy Cross and the kid parent ain't got a paper trail, we just thank you so much. We're just so glad that, you know, that's the point though. This dog is a dog that needs stimulation, which means it's got to go to work every day. It's got to be better every day, which means he got to be better. I got to be, we all got to be better. I stress the importance of training also because of the positions I've unfortunately been in at times where I could not take care of my dogs, not financially, but I didn't have a place. So I needed to put my dog somewhere. My 90-year-old grandmother had to keep a pit bull. Imagine her chasing a pit bull around at 90. She can't even raise her knees. She had 2 hip replacements. Therefore, her being able to say, Naya, come back. Come inside. Let her out by opening the door and come back in. Game changer. Now it's like, shit, I'll watch some more dogs if you got them too. Because then she found joy in that in itself. So you're seeing Oakley show him tuck and some other tricks that you might know, man. Look, she on 2. She on 2.
That's pretty. She's sitting pretty. Isn't that pretty? Woo! Yeah, that's just some fun stuff. Building a bond and communication is not the control aspect. The more you can communicate, the more control you're gonna have. And just being able to tell her to do certain things is the control that we're using, for lack of better words. She's doing these things because she wants to. She's enjoying it, she's having fun, she knows she's getting something out of it, and all of those things are gonna be real fun and important when we need her to be serious, I guess. Come here. So when we are working, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. Out. You ready? Stop. Good. And this is all just positions that your dog can do. Heel. Down. Good. Back. Tuck. Down. Good. Free. And just like the clocking out at work, we're gonna make sure that dog knows exactly when we're done. So we're gonna give her that free command that she knows that she needs to work at a very high level until she hears that release command with that free. You can use okay, you can tell your dog cheese, recess, whatever it's gonna be, but you wanna make sure that dog knows when they're working and when they are finished working and how to work. So what else you think, sir?
People, a couple things that we're doing. We're changing the word obedience to safety. It's important for your dog to be safe. So I'm not selling you, hey, your dog needs to mind his business. No, your dog needs to be safe. Everything's about safety for me. These dogs, specifically for me, they cost too damn much to lose. So it's imperative, not that I just build a bond, but that I actually work with my dog. So safety is key. When we talk about control, I don't want to control my dog. I love watching my dogs play with other dogs, but like, you know, any great trainer or any person who owns a dog, you want the dog to kind of come back and be within arm's reach. If we do go places, we go a lot of places with our dogs because I'm always desensitizing and making sure that they're confident as can be, as confident as I am, which requires a lot of work. So that being said, we're about to show you a wired up dog. May not come. We'll start with her, then we'll work the ego, who's really wired up. Especially if he ain't been outside all day. You're like, oh God, this is gonna be a problem. I had to get that nigga a bone. Calm his ass down. And this again is just showing you the challenges and then more importantly, the opportunity to better the bond with you and a dog, your dog, another dog, your neighbor's dog, all dogs.
Build the bond.